Yeah, we'll move on and we'll talk about The Last of Us, episode 2.
Yeah.
As usual, full spoilers with this one because the game's been out the way we did last week's episode. Oh, wait, sorry. We'll do a non-spoilered first impressions and then we'll just jump right into it. So, first impressions or spoilers?
Episode 2 of The Last of Us. My Drake song isn't in it. But besides that, we get to see more of the scenery of the abandoned city. We get more character interactions between the gang. And more stuff goes on and on. I quite liked it. It kept up with the pace of the game, and the adaptation is still faithful, like episode 1. And we get extra backstory for the fungus infection itself, you know. More. Oh, funny Jakarta scene.
Hey.
Shoutouts to Jakarta. It's like Breaking Bad, where they just switch to Jakarta and the filter goes piss colored. Real.
Yeah.
Like,
cool.
Yeah. When Breaking Bad episodes go to Mexico, that's what.
Well, that's just all of Hollywood.
That will be like, I guess, Hollywood.
Yep. It's sick. Good episode.
Good episode.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, I like this episode probably a bit more than the last episode even.
Yeah.
A lot more action this episode. Shit goes down. Yeah. Cool.
Kind of want to watch this in films in the cinema with the new sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh,
next week I'll actually be able to listen to it nicely on the speaker system I have. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's actually talk more about the episode. So, general stuff. For anything we is there stuff we want to talk about?
I don't know. It's just kind of like the opening scene, like
Jakarta scene's cool.
Yeah. They have this thing now with. I don't know if it's gonna be for every single episode.
I think it will.
But that would be cool though.
Yeah.
It went hard.
Hard, dude.
The actors for that Jakarta scene, I thought they were very authentic.
Yeah.
In delivery.
You're like, oh, it's just like me for real.
It's just like me for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking full on.
Yeah.
You get it shows these opening bits show like the reality behind like what might be going on apart from what's happening in the game.
Yeah.
A random bit, but like they're talking about the flour mill, right? The biggest flour mill in Jakarta or in the world. There's the backstory of that I just recently learned about like a week ago. So that's owned by like the richest Indonesian guy, who's like a crony businessman guy.
Yeah.
Who got a bunch of government grants because he was friends with President Suharto, the base president, General Suharto, back in the day, in the 60s to like the 90s. So he got a bunch of government grants to build shit, and he had a monopoly on flour for a while that he held with a Singaporean guy, and he made a lot of money.
Yeah.
So bad business, but the good business.
Good stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
This episode, you get to see the clickers more in action.
Yes.
Very authentic to the game. I really like that they attract the clickers by stepping on the glass, which is an actual feature of the stealth of the game. If you step on glass, they will be attracted. They're very cool. The action, very cool, very good. I liked it started like setting the seeds of the dynamic of Ellie and Joel. Yeah. Picks off like kind of right where the last episode left off in terms of where they're at emotionally with the big revelation. Previous one. Definitely feel like Ellie's coming into her own a bit more in this episode.
Yeah.
Liking her vibes, digging a lot.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, you can really get that. Tess is kind of the glue holding them together. Mm-hmm. So like next week, obviously, we don't have Tess anymore. So that's going to be interesting. And yeah, that whole sequence where they're in the building, very intense, and then they get out, walking on the plank, and you're like, oh, it's like the game.
Yeah.
And then they wind up at that one place. Yeah.
The plank was
Man.
happened.
Yeah. And yeah, liked it.
Like the
Liked it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
What do you think of the visuals of that?
the city. Very nice.
Good.
I like
Hmm.
very much.
$10 million budget each
Yeah.
episode here. That reminds me, I was having a discussion at work, and so like this show is like, it's pretty expensive, right? Like 10 million episode, that's a lot of money. I did not realize that fucking Amazon Prime's Lord of the Rings series had a budget of 500 million.
And that
No, for the entire season, but like that's like over 50 million an episode.
that's more.
That's insane, buddy. And from what I understand, it did not work for them
When did that come?
last year.
You watch it?
House of the Dragon was airing like around the same time, and kind of that's the thing, right? Because everyone went to watch House of the Dragon
But we
instead.
watched Lord of the Ring movies.
Because we were leading up to it, but we never watched the Hobbit movies. Because we're going to watch the Hobbit movies, and then we're going to watch the show, which we'll still probably do. I think Rings of Power got renewed for a second season, right? I don't think it would have done bad. Like, it still has the IP to probably get millions of viewers.
Yeah.
But not like as much as like The Last of Us or
Here we go,
House of the
overshadowed by Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Oh, this episode actually experienced a 22% viewer increase from the previous episode.
Oh.
So it's actually getting more popular as the series goes on.
Good press is working.
Yeah. I have more stuff to talk about in the news segment, but yeah, it seems like it's going well. Yeah. You guys find the test scene emotional?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any more you guys want to talk about for the episode?
Not really.
Oh, it is considerably shorter than the last episode.
Yeah.
By like 30 to 40 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last episode was the opening episode, so having a long.
I think
Makes
yeah,
sense.
definitely. And I'm actually happy it's not an hour and 20 minutes episode, because otherwise that might just like drag it a bit. This was, I think, perfect run time. Yeah.
I liked it as much as the last episode.
Yeah.
I guess.
A little bit of a truck outside.
We trucking, yo.
Yeah.
Dump truck always comes up at the weirdest time.
Perfect
Yeah.
timing
I
for
don't think they have a
verdicts.
schedule. They just come
All
up.
right. Final verdicts, starting with Drake.
That's
Still
right.
keeping up
It's
that bit.
your boy Drizzy. Easy. Yeah, I liked this episode just as much as I liked the last episode, so I think it's fair to give it another 10 out of 10.
Yo!
Let's go.
So yeah,
I give it a 9. Episode 1 9. All right. 9.5.
You know what? I feel like I'd be holding back too much if I did it this time, and I'd go for a 10 as well.
very nice.
Fuck.
That's right.
Yeah.
Started
know
from the
what?
bottom.
You know
No,
what?
it
You
started
know
from
what?
the top. Now we're still at the top.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 10 as well.
Oh, you know what?
Jane.
Fuck it. It's a 10. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 episode of the Holy Trinity.
10 out of 10.
In my mind, I was like, is it a question of are they going to get better? No, it's a matter of are they going to keep it up, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like they will keep it up.
Or
and
are we
it's
going to
just
give
like-
it score 11 at some point?
10.1.
We'll see.
We'll
Is
see.
it going to be a situation of me being like, hey, if the 5 are in this next episode of Superman and Lois, that's a 0 out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
That was Last of Us episode 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is a special Unholy Trinity YouTube highlight from our Spotify and Apple podcast. Check it.
Mozzarella.
Cheese.